Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the library talk show that lets you know what's happening in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. We're your hosts, Elaine Volpe
and Christine McIntosh, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone.
Yes.
We have a few things going on for adults this month. We have a program on Victorian Christmas traditions on Thursday, December 5th at 2 p.m. This is presented by the Frick Pittsburgh. Did you know when the first Christmas card was sent? I don't have the answer to it.
I do not know that. I don't even know that I have a good guess.
Do you know why people kept a bucket of water near their Christmas trees? I can take a guess on that.
In case it caught on fire?
In case it caught on fire would be my guess.
That would be my guess.
Well, you'll get to explore the origins of these and many other Victorian holiday traditions again on Tuesday, December 6th at 2 o'clock. I'm bringing my mom.
Interesting. Yeah, that might be something that my mom would enjoy as well.
I'm going to bring my mama. And then we have a 3D needle felted snowman craft program. Also on Thursday, December 6th, but at 6:30 in the evening. This is presented by local fiber artist Jude Ernest. So she'll teach you how to needle felt wool and other fibers. Michelle, our circ supervisor, is going to this, but I don't know.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's beautiful when it's done.
You're going to make a one-of-a-kind 3D snowman ornament. So you'll learn a bit about the ancient and modern history of felting, hand needle felting tools and their use, needle safety, and dimensional sculpting techniques. So his class is appropriate for both beginners and experienced needle felters. Everyone's there to help each other. So that sounds very cool.
Different.
And then because it is the season of holidays, and to me holidays equal cookies.
Yes.
Yeah, my mother bakes tons of cookies. I just wanted to point out that we have access to Universal Class, which are all non-credit classes, online classes, and they could be anything like from hard science, like learning chemistry or microbiology, to fun arts and crafts things. But one thing that I went and looked at this morning, they do have a class on how to bake cookies.
Nice.
So cookies.
But your mom could teach you.
Yes,
Isn't she like an
but
expert
not
baker?
everybody has the benefit of my mom.
Oh, this is true. Of course, this is true.
So a lot of people have lost touch on the art of making cookies. So in this course, you'll learn how to make them from scratch and not out of a pouch.
Right.
Or
how you just slice
and bake. Yeah. Pick the right utensils for the task. Choose your ingredients. You also learn the differences in the chocolates used for cookies, when to use semi-sweet, when to use milk.
Oh, right.
How to work with the different chocolates, and how to work with different kinds of nuts, and how to pick substitutes, like if someone in your family has a nut allergy.
What a great class, and I don't know if you mentioned that they're free.
They are
free. 500 of these Universal classes, and not one of them costs you a penny.
No, and it's self-paced. You can go at your own pace. So for this how to bake cookies, it's 12 separate lessons. They expect it to take about 4 hours to complete, but you can do one lesson today and don't do another one for a week. So just want to remind everybody, since it is holidays, but for anything, they have how to plan a wedding.
They have photography, they have scrapbooking, yeah, how to plan a wedding, how to...
And then microbiology and algebra. So it just depends on where your interests lie. So
I have to ask, what's your favorite holiday cookie? If you had to choose just one.
Okay, the little thumbprints that my mom rolls in chopped nuts, and then she puts strawberry jam in it, and they're just a bite size. They're teeny.
I don't care for nuts.
Oh,
my mom. Thumbprints are like at the bottom of my list.
My brother always jokes that my mother can't make a cookie without a nut in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she makes really good little sugar cookies. They're just bite sized, so they're real nice. Oh, there's so many good ones.
I know, too hard to choose.
Yeah, Lady Locks. I hate Lady Locks. I know. I think I'm the only person. I shouldn't say the word hate. I very much dislike Lady Locks. Buckeyes. She hasn't made those for a while, but I'll be bringing some in.
A lot of good ones out there.
As I do every year. My mom will send cookies in for the staff. So. And then, it's that time of year where you just want to curl up on your couch and with your cat, dog, or person, and kind of do nothing.
I've done that the last couple weekends, actually.
I know it's hard to do that when it's so yucky outside, especially rain. I don't mind the snow, but it's rain. So I just want to remind you that you can download a book, an e-audio, or digital magazine with our Flipster service, Hoopla, and Libby. They're free apps that you can use with your library card. Yep. You don't even have to come in the library.
Easy peasy to set up.
Yeah. Oh, I love Libby. I use it all the time. Or you can borrow one of these new DVD titles coming out.
Time in history, the Pope opens his doors to address the questions and issues we face together. As a leader whose faith inspires the world.
I have the distinct honor of presenting to you Pope Francis of the Holy See.
Buonasera.
In a divided world,
Saber escuchar. Las diferencias nos dan miedo porque nos hacen crecer.
one leader has a mission.
Non è debolezza lo tenerese, è fortezza.
To bring us together.
Abbiamo tanto da fare e dobbiamo farlo insieme.
I'm taking you home.
The house is a very old place.
There's a clock in the walls.
Do you hear the ticking, 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 ticking?
We don't know what it does, except something horrible.
So you're the infamous Lawrence grandson.
Lori.
I wish to propose a new member to the club.
Every club needs a secret mailbox.
Welcome to the Pickwick Club.
What's that smell? What's most important is the workings of your mind, your humor, your kindness, your courage.
Oh, how I've missed my little women.
You're my person. I guess Brooke, Marmee has Dad, and I have you.
To always help each other reach our castles, no matter where they may be. I think that.
So I hope you'll come in and check out one of those titles. I really want to see the Pope Francis documentary. I was baptized Catholic, but not raised Catholic, and so to me the office or the position of Pope always seemed a little odd. But this guy, this Pope, I really love him. He's just such a down-to-earth people person. So hope to watch that.
I want to see it as well. Smallfoot I actually got to see in the theater the last time my niece and nephew were visiting, so I can attest to that one. It's very good. I know you're a Bigfoot fan.
I'm a Bigfoot fan.
You'll like Smallfoot too as well. That was cute.
All right, awesome. One thing too, we are, again, the library is hosting the Angel Tree for Operation Troop Appreciation. So come on in and pick up an angel off the tree. It'll give you a child's name and their age and some things that they have asked for Christmas. If you can purchase some of those items or all of them if you're able and bring them back to the library by December 15th, they will pick them up. I know last year we had the people wrap them and they asked us not to, or do they want us to wrap them?
So I was just going to say that. I remember they're also, so they can be wrapped, but if you do wrap them, just make sure, and this seems like self-explanatory, but some people, might just forget, you want to include that angel, of course, so they know who's
outside of the box.
On the outside of the box,
so
correct.
They know who
or
to
you can just bring it in a bag, and they have volunteers who love to wrap, so you can certainly just drop it off in the bag.
Okay.
So either way, but last year we had such a great turnout. I know we had to keep getting more angels, so we really hope that people will come through again this year because it's such a good
pretty.
thing.
The people that did wrap and they
Oh, it
put them
does.
around because it's a Christmas tree. So when they put them around the tree, it made the library look very festive too.
Of course.
So just a reminder.
Yep, and that'll be up this week.
Yes.
And up, like you said, until December 15th.
Okay. So what's going on over your way?
So story times are starting back up this month. So the week of December 4th, all of our weekly story times will be back in session. So there's Toddler Tuesdays on Tuesdays, Mother Goose on the Loose on Wednesdays, Baby Jam on Thursdays, and Preschool Power on Fridays. All of those story times are at 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. and do not require registration. So come check one out if you haven't already. We also have Sound Beginnings on Monday, December 17th at 10:30 a.m. And this class is presented by Lillian Hoyt, who is a Let's Play Music certified instructor. So she brings her instruments so the kids are allowed to, with their parents and caregivers, to explore and test out the instruments and play around with the sounds that they make. And they'll sing, of course, and just play and have a good time. But it's very hands-on. And
Do you know what kind of instruments?
She brings drums.
Like percussion? Kind of?
Mostly percussion.
Awesome. I'll be over.
Yeah, stop on over. And so that's all for the little ones this month. But lots of good stuff. If we want to look ahead into January, we'll be starting language classes again for the preschoolers. So we have preschool Spanish and preschool French coming up in January. On December 12th, you can register for our Wowed About Books Winter Reading Club, and this is really for all ages. You can sign up on December 12th, and you can do so online, but you'll need to stop in person to get your reading log. We're going to ask kids to track the time that they spend reading. Excuse me, a tickle in my throat. For every hour that they read, they'll get a raffle ticket to enter into one of our prizes. We'll draw the prizes at the end of January. And as a celebration, because it's Wild About Books, guess who we have coming in January?
Oh, please tell me it's the zoo or the aviary.
It's the zoo.
Yay!
I know you love them both. And the zoo will bring one of their programs on the road to us. And I know they said 3 animals. And I want to say it's a bird, a mammal, and a reptile.
Oh, you can.
I'm not so excited about the reptile. I know. The kids might love it, right?
Yeah, they do.
So if you sign up for winter reading just by participating, you're automatically invited to the Pittsburgh Zoo at the end of the month. So be sure to check that out. We also have, for our K-4 friends, on December 15th, a holiday ornament making stop-in type drop-by program. It's actually run by our team of teen volunteers, so I'm really excited. This was their idea, and they're running the whole shebang. And it's going to be, stuff as simple as the beaded candy canes to a little more involved ones like decoupage, like wooden ornaments.
I am a big fan of decoupage.
Me too.
I love it. I think it's so much fun.
I don't do it often enough, but it is fun. A little messy, but fun. So if you want to drop by and make a homemade ornament for your tree, again, that's Saturday, December 15th. For our tweens and teens, we have something on Tuesday, December 11th, called Box It Up. I'm a big fan. I'm not as artistic and creative as some of the folks upstairs, right? We're blessed to have a really creative staff. But I do enjoy, if someone will teach me, I do enjoy doing those types of things. So I'm all about like the homemade cards, homemade wrapping paper, and why not do your own homemade gift box? So Miss Lynn's going to be teaching, she's been saving a bunch of different boxes in all different sizes. Same thing, decoupage, or there's, add, sequins and glitter. There's just ways to jazz up your standard cardboard box, and then these will be great to give gifts in. So this is just in time for the holidays, Tuesday, December 11th. We do ask you to register, and the first day to register is December 1st. And then for our teen crowd, I'm super excited. We are having a magician and illusionist come in, and this is going to be on Thursday, December 27th. So I really hope we get a great turnout. You're home on Christmas break. What else are you doing on a Thursday night? Come on out to the library and just be amazed at this Dan Kuniak. We've seen him in action once before. He came to the library, I think it was last year. And I was so impressed that, of course, I wanted to ask him back. But this time, like I said, he's for the older crowd. So he's going to be doing more like illusion and a little more like sophisticated magic. So it is for grades 7 and up. Again, we do ask you to register, and you can do so on December 1st. So I think that's it. Like I said, lots of good stuff on the horizon for January. But December, we're a little bit slower than in our other months just because of the holidays and everything else
the library
going on.
just isn't as busy. Everybody's busy out getting ready for
shopping
Christmas.
and baking.
Right. So But we have a segment, a newer segment. I learned it at the library.
Yes, I love this segment.
So here is our next installment. So being a Pittsburgher, we all know that Pittsburgh has a history of ethnic groups that come, and most of our early settlers came from Europe, and they have had the same problem that immigrants today have, how to assimilate into America while honoring the culture that they left behind. So one way to preserve their heritage is through Christmas customs, and Christmas in Pittsburgh is celebrated as many different ways as we have potholes. So today I want to talk about Pittsburgh ethnic Christmas traditions. So from the English, we have acquired the custom of sending Christmas cards, of Christmas caroling, and also of hanging stockings by the mantle. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is a perfect example of what an English Christmas should be like.
I say bah, humbug!
We have it here at the library, available in book and DVD format. Now, it wouldn't be Christmas without a Christmas tree, and you need to thank the Germans for that. The custom dates back to the 16th century, and then Prince Albert in the 19th century, when he married English Queen Victoria, made the Christmas tree a part of every English holiday home. In Germany, it's also popular for towns to host Christmas markets, and Pittsburgh has picked up that tradition by hosting the Christmas market down in Market Square. And if you go across the street to the PPG Winter Garden, you will see hundreds upon hundreds of gingerbread houses that were made by locals of all ages. Now, the gingerbread house originated also in Germany. They were elaborate cookie-walled houses that were often trimmed in gold foil. And their popularity rose when the Brothers Grimm wrote Hansel and Gretel, about these two kids that find a gingerbread house in the forest. That also, Brothers Grimm, Tales of Brothers Grimm, available on DVD. We also have it in graphic novel format and in book format. Many cultures, especially those with the large Catholic population, fast on Christmas Eve. And that's what the Italians do, but they do that in great style with the Feast of the Seven Fishes. You could have squid, smelts on the menu. And then also, St. Francis of Assisi is credited with creating the first creche, which the Italians have embraced, and display nativity scenes in their homes. And one of the city's most beloved Christmas destinations is the Pittsburgh Creche, which is put up every year on Grant Street, and it is life-size and modeled after the nativity in the Vatican. If you put candles in your windows, hang a wreath on your door, or dangle some mistletoe in a doorway, you can thank your Irish neighbors for those traditions. The custom of placing a candle in the window symbolizes an invitation to Mary and Joseph to come to your house for shelter. Decorating with holly and mistletoe dates back to pagan traditions when the Celts would use those plants because they were very abundant in December, and they were also credited with magical powers. And the Irish also gave us the tradition of putting out milk and cookies for Santa Claus. Our Jewish friends, while they don't celebrate Christmas, they do celebrate Hanukkah, which usually falls between the end of November and the end of December, and it celebrates two miracles. The first one celebrates the victory during the 2nd century BC of a small Jewish army that defeated the occupying Greeks, got them out of their temple. And then the second miracle occurred when what little oil they had lasted for 8 days and nights of burning. So Jews light a candle each day of Hanukkah and may also exchange small gifts. And to remember the significance of the miracle of the oil, Hanukkah foods are fried in oil. A particular favorite is latkes, or potato pancakes, which I love, and you have to love a holiday that celebrates with fried foods. And it's also customary for children to receive gold foil wrapped coins during Hanukkah. Now, my mother used to put gold coins in our stockings, so I just wonder if she knows it came from a Jewish tradition. And then my favorite, of course, Poles. I'm 34% Polish. Poles celebrate a vigil on Christmas Eve, awaiting the birth of the baby Jesus. It's also a time of fasting for this predominantly Catholic group. And Christmas Eve dinner includes things like borscht, or mushroom soup, or halushki, which is cabbage and noodles. And then on Christmas Day, the Poles break out the ham and the kibasi, which is what you would see if you came to my house. So how many of these customs do you celebrate in your home? You can learn more about holiday traditions at the library by using the Gale database. You can you don't even have to come in the library. You can use a database from home, free with your library card. And when you learn something new, make sure you let everyone know that you learned it at the library. So one thing that I have never done, although I grew up in an Italian neighborhood, Feast of the Seven Fishes. Does your family?
So we used to. We haven't done it in recent years. But it used to be a huge tradition, and we would always do it at my cousin Teresa's house. And, you know, I never tasted any of it because I'm not a big seafood person.
Yeah, I does not like seafood.
And she always accommodated to me, too. She always had a filet for me and fettuccine Alfredo. Ooh. I mean, that was a side for everybody, but I just loved, I feasted on my fettuccine Alfredo and my filet. Yeah. But yeah, the smelts, the shrimp, the whole 9 yards. And have you ever tasted smelts?
It doesn't even sound appealing.
It really doesn't. It stinks up your whole kitchen. I guess cooking any fish kind of stinks up your whole house, but yeah, that is a great tradition, and I know a lot of families who still do it.
Yeah, that's what I love. One of the things I love about Pittsburgh is all the different ethnicities and the traditions that we have. So
absolutely.
Just have a few announcements. The library will be closed on Monday, December 24th, and Tuesday, December 25th for the Christmas holiday. We will open on December 26th. What is that? Wednesday the 26th at 1 p.m. And then the library will also be closed December 31st and January 1st for the New Year holiday. So we hope you have a great holiday.
Yes, we do. I think we have a little bit of time left.
We do.
We were going to show one of our 5-minute bedtime stories that I do monthly. And I think the one that we're going to show you today is Frankenbunny by Jill Esbaum. And I loved it because if you have brothers, well, you grew up with siblings.
I grew up with
siblings. Right,
siblings,
so it's kind of like the brothers torturing the youngest and trying to make him afraid by making up stories about a monster. But in the end,
monsters on the little one's side.
Well, the younger one gets him back, yeah. Perfect. So enjoy Frankenbunny by Jill Esbaum. You know monsters aren't real, right? Yeah, me too. Except for this one time when my big brothers made me forget. Don't think that could happen to you? Ha! Pretend you're me. There you are, fixing your bike, minding your own beeswax, when suddenly, "Hey, Spencer," says Leonard, "we have to tell you something." "Yeah," says Bertram. "It's about monsters. Be brave, little brother." "I am brave," you say. "Brave is easy in the sunshine." "All monsters are dangerous," says Leonard, "but Frankenbunny's the worst." "There's no such thing as monsters," you say. Your brothers leave. Phew, because thinking about monsters make your whiskers twitch. But later, "If I were you," says Leonard, "I wouldn't play in here." "Yeah," says Bertram, "Frankenbunny loves dark places." You know you shouldn't ask, but what does he look like? "Imagine crusty fangs," says Leonard, "and ginormous paws that could smash you flat." You imagine, "I'd hide." Bertram goes, "Frankenbunny has flashing red eyes. Those babies can see through anything." Instant goosebumps. No way. Way. Your heart starts to race, and so do your feet. Boys and girls, has his brother convinced him that this Frankenbunny, this monster, is a real thing? They have. They've convinced him, and now this little guy's so scared. He's so nervous. "Oh, ignore them, dear," his mama says. But it doesn't help. Crusty fangs, ginormous paws, flashing red eyes. "Mama!" "Mama's at book club," says Papa. "What's the trouble, Spence?" "Monsters," you report. "Leonard and Bertram say Frankenbunny's the worst." Papa flips a veggie burger. "You know monsters aren't real, right?" And just like that, the scared leaks out of you. "Right," you say. "Not real. Everybody knows that." Attaboy. Brave is easy around Papa. But at bedtime, Leonard makes his voice low and spooky. "They say he hides in closets." "Yeah," says Bertram. He bursts out at midnight, and chomp! You're a goner. You peek at the closet. It's big enough. A monster could be hiding in there. Still, Papa says there's no such thing as monsters, you whisper. Oh, they're real, all right, says Leonard. Papa just doesn't want you to worry. Boy, they're really trying to scare him, aren't they? And it's working. You worry. Brave is hard in the dark. The next morning, you wake up to good old sunshine and news that makes you dance. Your brothers have gone to play at a friend's. Yippee! You aren't even thinking about Frankenbunny as you go to get a coat. But then, wait, what's that? He sees something in the closet that he's curious about. What is he going to find in there? One look at the monster your brothers drew, with its crusty fangs, ginormous paws, and flashing red eyes, and you know what you're holding. A plan. A dirty, rotten plan. So his big brothers drew this. It says, Operation Scare Spencer. And they had a plan all figured out as to what would work, as to how they can scare their little brother. Well, now Spencer knows the truth, right? He knows that they were just making it up. Prickles of mad burn your ears. Ugh! Those rats, you think, and you wish they could know how it feels to be scared. Whisker twitchy scared, goose bumpy scared, cry and run to mama scared. Does he have an idea? Is he going to get back at his brothers? That night, you wait a long time for the rats to run out of Frankenbunny talk. And when they're finally asleep, you sneak out of bed and tiptoe to the closet. I am Frankenbunny. Run! Run for your lives! After all the screaming and blubbering, after Papa's nothing in the closet, see? And after Mama's back to bed, everybody, you start to feel sorry. Your brothers have been rats, yes, but, well... Hey guys, listen, I have to tell you something. It's about Frankenbunny. La 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 la. They don't want to hear it, right? They're scared enough. You understand. Brave is hard in the dark. Not for you, though. Not anymore. You know monsters aren't real. You know there's no such thing as Frankenbunny. And you'll make sure your big brothers know it, too. First thing in the morning. Maybe. Probably. The end. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and if you want to watch any more, they are up on YouTube and available off of our website. If you go to the kids page, there is a link that takes you directly to our YouTube page. So, as always, if you'd like any more information on any of the things that we talked about on today's show, you know what to do. Go ahead and give us a call.
Visit our website.
Or better yet, stop in and see us in person. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.